What a headshot! What a head!
How's it, guys? This is Dayvy, FPL, and welcome back to the Fantasy Premier League video here on my channel. Now in this video, I'll be taking you through my transfer plan for the upcoming Game Week 3. So transfer plan for Game Week 3 does always mean a reflection on Game Week 2, and I won't lie to you guys, there's not much to reflect on. The team is absolutely trash, and that could actually lead me into wildcarding, and I'll discuss that in a future video. But we do still have the one game coming up tonight. That's going to be Liverpool taking on Newcastle. My captaincy has actually changed to Mo Salah, so fingers crossed he can get me out this mess, although I think it might be too big of a hole to get out of. Do you guys want to see how many points or how few points I scored for Game Week 2, as well as a transfer plan and team selection for the upcoming Game Week 3? Sit back, relax, and let's get straight into it. So going over my actual current team review for Game Week 2, and as you guys can see, a very measly 22 points scored in Game Week 2, but don't worry guys, I still have one player left to feature. Now that player is going to be Mo Salah, and as mentioned, my captaincy has actually switched to Mo Salah. He was my vice captain, as Cole Palmer missed out in that Chelsea game. So with the way things are going, I'm pretty sure that Mo Salah will be blanking, and Liverpool will lose 3-0, as that just seems like it's going. But maybe we get a surprise, and it's not the weekend, it's a Monday fixture, which might break the curse. Now you guys might also notice just under that 22 points is a rank of 7.3 million. Now I decided to actually display the rank for two reasons. The first one is I don't want you guys to think that I'm actually hiding the rank just because I'm doing badly. It was never about that, it was simply just because it's so hard to kind of show a rank when the ranks are so volatile at the moment. But that leads to the second reason. I actually want to showcase to you guys, if you have a similar rank to me, how we can actually build on for this. So let's think in 5 weeks, maybe 10 weeks, 15 game weeks time, we can look back and say we once were this rank. And just remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So hopefully that gives you guys some comfort, either from the fact that you guys are in a similar position to myself, or the fact that you guys are in a much better position. Just because I've done badly doesn't mean that you guys can't flex. I want to see those ranks in the comments down below. Now even if you guys didn't do well, in the comments down below, how's the game week going currently? I guess it could be worse maybe if we captained a player that ended up blanking, which is basically everyone else in my team. Now at least we do have 2 free transfers if we do require them to sort out this mess, but as I've been preaching since Game Week 1, maybe patience is key, but patience does have a limit. So let's now go on to the actual team, and my bench this week had some of my best performers. Very annoying, it was Dubravka with the clean sheet, as well as Pedro Porro. Now at least Pedro Porro did rack up a yellow card, because another 6-pointer benching another return would have been even more painful. But both these players actually performed better than I was expecting. Now even though Dubravka did get a clean sheet, just kind of shows you how boring that Burnley-Sunderland game was, as there was no extra point for saves. Now I will actually be getting Neco Williams off my bench. This is the same order that I had in my current team, and that's going to be for the injured Cole Palmer. Now Mark Guehi actually did feature in the Sunderland game, came off the bench. I think he had 1 or 2 shots, so that does look okay, but I don't think we can rely on him to be a starter anytime soon. Now benching Dubravka got even more annoying when Sanchez conceded an absolute worldie from Paqueta. I do kind of feel like he could have done better though. Once again though, he continues to rack up those extra save points, yet another one for this week, and that's why I just wish the clean sheet was held in a 5-1 win over West Ham. I do kind of feel like if that strike from Paqueta didn't go in, this would have been a clean sheet, but I guess there's only a 3-point difference with Dubravka. Now with Neco Williams off the bench, we'll have a double up with Murillo, who got a 1-pointer, yes, a yellow card in stoppage time at the end of the fixture. Now the worst thing is not even the yellow card, it's the fact that for the second week in a row, Murillo has got a no DEFCON threat, once again not breaking that threshold. So I don't know if we were baited by last year's averages, but let's just see how maybe Game Week 3, 4 and 5 go, as the fixtures still look pretty good. Now at least we did play one Burnley defender, and that was going to be Esteve, our 4.0, and it tells you a lot when the only return is going to be from our 4.0 defender in our starting 11. Absolutely insane. I just can't describe how bad this game week has gone. Even worse by the fact that Richards also conceded a no clean sheet. So when we needed a 0-0, what do Crystal Palace and Forest give us? They give us a 1-1. Basically the worst score possible with no defensive or attacking threat. Now Richards was slightly closer than Murillo to those DEFCON points, but once again it was his teammate Lacroix proving he's better value at the 5.0 mark. So that's kind of where our returns did end. Moving into the midfield department, Cole Palmer. I guess on Friday when I saw Palmer getting injured in the warm-up and then his team winning 5-1, I should have said the game week was over. I do generally feel like Cole Palmer could have done well in this one. Now obviously I do get the debate, just because Cole Palmer played doesn't mean he would have got the points, but you can't tell me in a 5-1 win that Palmer wouldn't have been involved in at least an assist. I would have literally taken any attacking return with the way this game week has gone, but no, we're going to be getting Neco Williams 2 points off the bench. So you guys let me know, do you think Cole Palmer would have got a massive haul if he did feature, or do you feel like Chelsea actually played better without him? Then we're going to go on to our blanks. The first one was more exciting though, Bruno Fernandes. You guys might look at this and think that he just got the appearance points, but no, he actually got the DEFCON points plus a penalty miss. Literally, what did we say we need Bruno to do? It's kind of get penalties, score penalties, and get those DEFCON points, and we were so close to greatness. This does kind of lead me to keep the faith with him though. I just hope that he continues to take the penalties, as I don't really know what went wrong with the one against Fulham. He is playing very deep though. If you guys did watch that United game, not the best position I want to see for a 9.0 option, but still continues to have quite a few avenues for points. Then yet again, Aston Villa are just disappointing me. This fixture was meant to be a bread and butter fixture for attacking returns, as Brentford looked terrible in game week 1. But what ends up happening, Rodgers blanks, has a very terrible game. His score rating was so low. I don't really know what's happening at Aston Villa at the moment. Now worst of all, I do have 2 attackers, including Ollie Watkins up front. So having 2 attackers from an out of form defense isn't where you guys want to be in FPL. I don't really understand this because in preseason Aston Villa actually looked like one of the best attacks. I mean, Ollie Watkins' scoring record was off the charts. I guess he used up all his goals in preseason. Now I did skip over a player, and that's going to be Reinders. As mentioned though, from 10 points in game week 1 at 5.5, he doesn't have to score every single week. I was more surprised by Man City as a whole. I just thought that maybe under Thomas Frank, Spurs wouldn't still be the kryptonite, but it just seems like that's the case once again. Now I probably would have taken a Reinders 2-pointer if Erling Haaland did blank, so I'm not too unhappy with the performance. Then our last player is going to be Strand Larsen. I won't lie, I was expecting hopefully a bit more from him after seeing João Pedro's mega haul. When a player that's owned by half the game gets 15 points, you're probably going to get a red arrow. So as mentioned, the rank is going to be there, and that red arrow was secured basically on Friday when João Pedro got that 15-pointer, and secured by Dayvy, another template pick, getting another return. So as mentioned, not much to talk about, the only return from our 4.0 Esteve. Let's see what Salah can do tonight. But also want you guys to let me know how your game week is going so far. How many plays do you have tonight? Maybe a Florian Wirtz can do the job. I was hoping Mo Salah's on for an absolute banger. Now as always, before we go over my transfer plan, I want to give you guys the team selection currently for game week 3, and then we can see if the team actually needs a transfer. Now as mentioned, the wildcard could be activated, but I'm going to hold off on that until we get some more information. I'll probably do a wildcard draft later in the week though. So this week the bench kind of picks itself. Unfortunately, our Burnley double up will return to the bench. They've got United away, and I do hope that Bruno Fernandes finally scores a goal. Otherwise, Richards, Aston Villa, I'm going to kind of count on Ollie Watkins and Rodgers getting it together. I could play the odds and just start him for the clean sheet, but I don't think it's going to be there. Then finally, Mark Guehi, even though he's back in the lineup, Brentford have suddenly resurged to be one of the best teams. I just don't think he's going to start though. I prefer Sanchez between the sticks. Fulham at home. Fulham didn't show that much last night. I kind of feel like Chelsea could have kept the clean sheet against West Ham, so I'm going to back the better defense. In our backline, West Ham, as mentioned, aren't doing great at the moment, and therefore this Forest double up should be secure. Please can we finally get some DEFCON threat? Otherwise, Pedro Porro, back-to-back clean sheets, one against Man City, is super impressive. I just hope he shows more at 5.5 in terms of attack. Now Bournemouth at home is going to be a tough game. We saw that when Bournemouth faced Liverpool, but I mean a clean sheet against Man City, they could keep a clean sheet against Bournemouth. Then our midfield department, it's kind of a debate if Palmer is going to be past fit. It's going to be him captain or Bruno Fernandes. With uncertainty for Palmer, I'm going to stick it on the United midfielder. I don't even know if I can say midfield anymore. Is it more centre back that we're going to be looking at? Quite expensive for how deep he's playing. I guess this purely is going to be a fixture play unless Palmer is okay. Don't really like Salah at home against Arsenal. Let's see if Rodgers can do anything against Crystal Palace. I am benching Richards. And let's see what Reinders does against a poor Brighton team. Then up front, Ollie Watkins once again. I'm kind of keeping the faith. Let's see what he does. The only reason I'm not moving him onto someone like a GW3 is that Liverpool fixture. Then Strand Larsen, hopefully he can wipe out that Tarkowski clean sheet, but who knows with the transfer window closing shortly. This team though, on paper, if I was to remove all the kind of previous form, let's focus on the present, not the past, the team does look okay. There are a few concerns though about Palmer's kind of fitness. If Palmer isn't fit, there are a few replacements. I could go for a Cunha straight swap, or I could use the funds, maybe go to Anderson and upgrade another department. But at the moment, I'm just going to hope that he's okay for Game Week 3 and probably roll another transfer. It might sound ridiculous with the current rank of 7.3 million rolling the transfer, but I think this team does look okay on paper and I'm going to back the judgment. You guys can let me know though if you do see any potential moves that I should be making. I just can't bring in Gyökeres when the fixtures look so bad for Arsenal. You guys also let me know what you're doing in Game Week 3. Are you actually wildcarding or are you free hitting? And that'll help me plan the content for the upcoming week. Otherwise, good luck tonight. I guess we all are Liverpool fans and hope that Salah returns. I'm just hoping for a good game overall. This is basically all for the guys. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Please like it and subscribe if you have subscribed yet. Make sure those notifications are on for the future videos, but for the time being, I'm going to be signing off. It's me, Dayvy FPL, and I'm out. Cheers, bye.